Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Menace Show. And we are doing our very first hobby-related stream, which is just me drawing something. I know I have Dennis's art studio, and you guys are probably wondering, why do you have so many channels? One, censorship of YouTube, first of all. Two, I have so many channels because they can be repurposed and rebranded for future channels if I do get censored and taken down. So I always have at least 3 or 4 active accounts, and then I have like another 3 or 4 in reserve. So that's just part of the way I do business. That's just the way I do business here. Now, having said that, let's get started. Let's draw. So I hope my camera ergonomics are okay. What we're going to do is draw something. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? And I hope this microphone's there, keyboard's there. I may need to do, when I film these in the future, I may actually need to do this off 2 devices because I could type to the side away from the microphone, and then I'll have this camera viewing the drawings, and then I would have the computer managing the stream, and then to my right would be a device managing the typing side of things. So that's ergonomically, it's, doing drawing streams ergonomically is a pretty hefty challenge from time to time compared to other streams that I do anyway. This is not as simple as that. Ergonomically, it's not. So anyways, let's get into it. Why don't we draw something? I'm going to draw airplanes today. I feel like drawing planes because I had more ideas in my mind. So I got myself a nifty little helix drawing ruler, little 15-centimeter ruler. Now, because we are working with, because we are working with a 4 paper, we don't have to have fancy gadgets or fancy rulers or anything. It's only A4 paper. This is only going to be a quick sketch, no more than, say, about 30 minutes tops, maybe 40 if I'm feeling up for details or whatnot. And then what we do is we find roughly the halfway point, or thirds actually, done the thirds. And then we're going to start our orthographic view, as they call it. That's the 3-perspective drawing that they often use in technical terms, technical drawing. They call that an orthographic view. And I'm going to lower that into the bottom thirds of the page and draw 1 line. Then I'm going to draw another line, roughly a third down the page. And each third of the page will represent a perspective, be it the front view, the rear view, the side view, which is probably the easiest. The side view is probably the easiest when you're drawing vehicles. And then the top view we're not doing, so we're just going to focus on the side view, the front view, maybe the rear view. So now that we have the bottom thirds, I am going to draw the front. So the front view of the plane that I had in mind, I just downloaded a video for architectural drawing. Look, something like this. I want to just quickly show you before we get right into it. It looks something like this. It's a twin boom aircraft design. Not the most remarkable plane in terms of fame or in terms of history or whatnot, but it is still used today. It's a pretty interesting plane that's still used today. So we're going to be drawing something based off this when it uploads. If it uploads. Okay. There it is. Based off this. So you see here, it's got a twin boom design. I'm a fan of the design here. It's very sleek, very aerodynamic, very sleek, and I also like the wings. The wings allow it to have longer loiter time and increased lift. But I kind of want to change this design into a slimmer, somewhat slimmer, but kind of upscaled design. I don't want it to be that small. I'm going for a bigger version of that. That's the aim. And just another picture for reference sake, so you know what I'm drawing. There it is there. Again, pretty nifty design. I like the cockpit. It's the cockpit there. The fuselage, it's okay. It's a bit short for my liking, but this is only a light tactical plane, but it's okay. But for what I'm doing, I want to draw a long range loiter time reconnaissance type of aircraft. So bigger wings, bigger booms, more of a recon type of plane instead of like a small tactical machine. And I think a single engined tactical aircraft would be better suited rather than a twin boom design anyway. So I'll work on that design a bit later because I had some ideas for it. So what I had in mind was something a little bit like this. So I want to be drawing upside down. It's going to be a bit weird for me. We draw the wing line. And then we mark where 7 is, half. And then from here, we're going to draw just a faint little line, but that's not going to be pressed down as hard. And the reason why we do that is because we're not making a definite line. This is only a marker. And what this marker does is it just indicates where we will draw the fuselage of the plane. So the design that I had in mind, again, was quite similar to that, but this time around, we're going for a bit of a curved bottom. And it doesn't have to be a perfect curve because this is only just a sketch anyway. And we can just draw a light little line there to indicate that's a curve. Color that. And then from here, we're going to build up the front profile of the fuselage. Like so. A bit like this. So I know it looks a bit like a kind of like a hemisphere, kind of like an obtuse hemisphere. And now what we're going to do is draw where the nose would be, where the nose means. So I like that flat design, that kind of duck beak looking front. So I'm going to keep that and just draw my version of it. Now I'm going to color it in like so. So we know that the front of the plane is going to be that mark there. And then we can draw a couple of lines to indicate that the front of the fuselage is of that particular shape. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not working with high precision tools after all. Aim only is just the sketch. Now, what I wanted to do is kind of change the cockpit design a little bit. Because I want to have like a high visibility cockpit design, a little bit like this aircraft, because I'm kind of combining elements of these planes together. This is a German Junkers Ju-188. I really like that design. Sleek, sexy, modern, somewhat futuristic design, even though it's a 1940s plane. I'm going to quickly browse. Nice German Junkers 188, as you can see on the side profile. It's got like this nice, huge canopy that allows you to have this amazing vision. I imagine that the vision of that plane would be incredible. It would be an incredible view. So I'm kind of aiming more towards that for the glass or the canopy. And again, over to the Ju-188 here, as you can see, it's got this really nice glazed open cockpit design that we're gonna kind of model from. Not exactly the same, but similar, very similar. So we got our 3 bars there. And as you can see now, it's starting to take shape. And of course, we have this. Taking shape like such. And that taking shape like such. Then we are going to move that like so, and then extend this, extend that, extend the lines, and now we get the idea that that is the end of the fuselage. And again, this is only the front view, so when we turn it upside down, for my orientation, what my orientation is, about there-ish. Now we can draw the engines and stuff. So what I want to do is a twin boom design more like the Junkers, but I'm going to make the wings bigger this time. More like the Junkers. So we're going to go like this. Going to add some more lines like this. Now, if you are drawing with a pencil, I would recommend using one of those cartridge pencils for more precision style lines, which are more common in technical drawing rather than the softer pencils. Softer graphite pencils are going to be more used for your softer graphite pencils are going to be used more for shades, line, or not lines, shades, depth type of drawing, drawing for depth, drawing for form. But here we're drawing for line, which is not the same thing. So hypothetically, I'd be using different tools, but this is all I really have at this stage, just for a quick sketch anyway. So what I want to do is I actually want to change the engine mounts into these twin boom designs, a bit like the Junkers, but we're going to join up the top of the wing like so, join the middle of the wing like that, and then from there we're going to move the ruler up, create like a triangle shape, and then that gives the impression that the design is very streamlined and it tapers. That's why we draw a triangle shape like so. And then of course we do our twin boom design like so. And because this is a front view, we are only going to see very little of the plane. Now, to indicate that this is in fact a propeller aircraft, we do not have to draw the entire propeller. What we're going to do is just draw an outline like this on only one side. Like that. Then on this side, draw something similar. Draw our circle, of course. And again, this is not a very it's not really an original design, but it can be refined and adapted. And as you can get the feel, it is a pretty big airplane. Not the biggest, but a lot larger than the other one, perspective-wise. And then, of course, here, whoops, we don't have to draw the other propeller. You just get the feeling that, okay, that propeller is there, that engine is the same configuration, even if the measurement's not perfect. And then we just draw a circle there just to indicate that there is another propeller, but we do know that that is like that. And this is a propeller plane. So Not the most high precision drawing, but just a quick sketch that is restricted to time. We're in what, the 15-minute mark? Yeah, that's fine. And now, if we want to draw the rest of the aircraft, like the wheels and stuff, what we can do is draw the tricycle undercarriage, like so. One square, a whole bunch of geometry, one square, another square, and then and again, we don't have to draw all of the wheels. We can if we want to. We don't have to. Draw the door, of course. Make the door look like as if it's gonna fold out. And there we go. That is how we begin our design. Like so. Now, I'm actually not an engineer, just so you know. I'm not an engineer. I am not trained in computer-assisted design. I'm not. But this is just a quick little sketch by pure mechanical intuition. And eventually what I will do is I will add a side view profile and then maybe a rear view profile as well. Just so that way we can get a sense of the aircraft design and what it may evolve into. That may not be the final idea, but it can evolve into something else. So that's it. That's it. That's just a quick little demonstration as to what we can do. And we can put that in the shelf and use that for future development. It doesn't have to be the final product. So that's it from the Menace Show. I hope you enjoyed today's little hobby. I may make more hobby streams on this show and the art studio. Now, just a little announcement, Jaguar Media stuff here, bit of admin stuff. Let's go back. Jaguar Media, both of them, I should say, both of them. Let's go back, Menace Show. Okay, both of them, Manosphere. This is one of the channels, Jaguar Media Manosphere. This is another channel, the news. I'm taking a little bit of a break from the big cat, as I call, or the black cat, as I call it, the Jaguar, the black cat, because I am so tired of all the negativity of the news that I don't know, it's all the same stuff. It's all bad economics, China, social unrest, or if it's not those three issues, it's the other one, the Kufi, Lady Rona. So I'm sick of hearing about that in the news. I don't want to feed off that negative energy, and I hope you guys don't really want to. I hope you guys don't want to feed off that either. But I hope you guys will enjoy this show and future streams, and let me know what you think. So take care. Bye for now. And I shall see you all in future videos. Bye-bye. Have a good one.